I have a monoprice. I think it's called a Maker Select. It's a little tiny 3D print. It's a little 3D printer. But the PLA filament I bought, the whatever this is called, didn't sit in it, and I had to cut it out. I bought a second roll, and I don't really want to have to drill out the thing. So drill at the center. So I actually printed a pair of. I printed a pair of bearing holders here for the roll, the filament roll to sit on. So when it's sitting on the rollers, it sits really nicely. Whoa. Well, they need to be sitting straight. So right now, I'm just going to push them into place, put them on. Let's take a look here. Whoa. There. Okay. So once they're all engaged and right. So I think what I'm going to do is model up a pair of clips that can clip to the back and the front of these to keep them perpendicular and parallel. And that'll just give some stability to this, because I noticed when I was printing that I was more worried that it was going to slip into like a cavity here and maybe have a harder time rolling. I didn't want to have that be any kind of issue. So yeah, so that's where we're at. So very quickly, what I'm hoping to accomplish is I'm going to put this up as soon as I've drawn it. But what I have are two bearing guides, right? And they're of a certain length. I'm not going to worry too much about that. But I'm going to need a couple of distances, and one distance I'm going to make a bracket that looks like this, and it is going to go on either end so that they still sit as flatly as possible. Like that. Okay? So I need really two measurements. One, I need the measurement of the width of the bearing holder, and I need the distance between the two bearing holders. And the rest of this I can sort of come up with pretty easily. There's one more distance, which will be the height below the bearing that I'm going to make this bracket. But those are the two main distances. So of course, always with the calipers, right? Everybody, let's use calipers, because nobody likes messy dimensions. So I'm going to just position the holders where I want them to be, the distance I want them to be, and I'm going to measure that out. I have 37 millimeters. Okay. And then the width of the holder is 19.96. I'm going to say 20 because I might say 19.96, but I think I'm going to say, I'm going to put 20 just for the sake of not worrying too much about it. And I am going to just measure the height of these things. So what I'm looking for is, is the height here, so that I don't interfere with the bearing at all in its operation. And I don't know if you're aware, but this portion of a caliper can measure the height of something. So if I put my bearing down here and I push down, and really I should just do it this way, but if you look, I can get the height of my item by adjusting. Oh, I'm going the wrong way, sorry. Okay. Well, there, see? That gives me my height. It's a little high, but there we go. Like that. And 4.82. So I'm going to go 4.5 height just to be kind of on the safe side so it doesn't interfere. And that's thick enough that it'll get me where I need to be. And yeah, part 2, y'all. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take those simple measurements and make the 2 brackets that'll go on either end of the filament holder. So I'm going to start a new design. I'm going to start a new sketch. I'm going to make a simple rectangle, center point rectangle. At some point I should be able to see the, yeah, there you go. So I'll choose the top. The what's it called? The frame rate is not good thanks to Action. I don't know exactly what's going on. Part of it is I think that Autodesk Fusion 360 is quite the processor hog, and then I'm also doing this other thing. So, all right. Okay. Actually, there might be one more measurement I want, and that would be the and that would be the distance on the holder I might want. So I'm going to just say, I'm going to say 20 millimeters. So I'm going to make the brackets 20 millimeters deep. So, okay, let's start with, we're going to put in a basic value here. We know we said 37 and then 20. So 57 plus 120, 77. Plus, let's go 5 on each side. So 87. Okay? Ooh, 87. And then we'll go 20 thick. Like that. And that gives me 1 holder. Once it actually says yes. Okay. Then I'm going to take another rectangle, but this time a 2-point rectangle. I'm not going to lock it into position on anything. I'm going to just draw it where it needs to, draw it in a random spot. I'm going to make the width the 20 millimeters of the depth of the width that I'm looking for the holder. And then I'm going to make this 15 millimeters. And that gives me a 5 millimeter border. Okay. Then I want to set dimensions on this. And if you click on one edge, click on the other, you can say that dimension is 5. Okay? And this actually also has a value. So when you do parametric design, D5 is the value, is 5 millimeters. Okay? I can take that exact same dimension and apply it to here. I say D5. And that'll position that where I need it to be. Then I'm going to take this value, so D3 is 20. Okay? And then this value is D4. And I'm going to make a second rectangle. Again, doesn't matter where I put it in this case. So D3 and D4. Okay? And then I'm going to add my dimensions here. Whoop. Yeah, maybe I'll just... I didn't think this was locked to anything, but we'll see. Oh, I guess I need to actually be in the sketch. Okay. And again, that value is D5. And then this shouldn't be locked to anything. I hope it's not, because that would be crummy. It sort of seems like it is, right? I wonder if I can, maybe I can. I'm kind of hoping I don't need to worry about redoing that block. Oh, okay. Well, 37 is close. So this, I wonder why. Yeah, it's 5 anyways. It's okay. So I won't worry about that. Well, okay. Anyways, let's get our extrude going here. Choose this. What did I say the thickness was? 4.5 millimeters. So we're going to say 4.5. New body. Whoop. Oh my gosh. I'm not very good with a PC, but you can see. Yeah. So that's my super basic bracket. I'm going to add a couple little nuances to it just to make it prettier. Specifically, I'm going to add some fillet because I like my rounded edges, you know. So take that corner here so I can see the corners. You and you. And I might, nah. Should I do the front, top? Nah. That's fine. These will do. Maybe that one. And then I just sort of circle around to get to the back one. And we'll just say 3 millimeters, see what that looks like. Pretty good. Okay. So that'll give us some rounded edges, make it a little nicer. We say okay. And then we take that body and select it, and we say make 3D print. And it creates a mesh, which we're going to send to Cura. Oop. Which I hope it'll send to Cura. It should do it. Okay. I don't really need to do that now. Snap rotation, lay flat. Oh, see, that thinks it's flat, but it's not. So we'll just do it that way. There we go. So that is good. So then we're going to select that model and duplicate it because we want to print both at the same time. I've got lots of space on the bed. See here? There we go. Okay. Generate support. Build place. Sure. Why not? Build plate. Let's prepare. Okay. Save to file. We're not saving for urban visuals. We're saving for ourselves here. No. Okay. Let's copy this thing here. Huh. I guess I didn't select the folder to put it in. I am going to put it in there though. Okay. Then we're going to paste. Okay. A bit of cleanup. My printer is apparently not particularly well calibrated yet. I did calibrate it a little bit, but it does seem like there are still some issues with, bed height in at least one corner here. So, anyways, moving on. Let me grab those bearing filament holder. Let's see how these fit. Oh, well, they do fit. And so now what that does, creates the stability I need. Right? And here we are. Yeah. It's nice. I was worried because what has happened is these have moved back and forth, and I always worry that it's gonna fall into the groove, but it doesn't. I mean, it's not going to do that obviously, but this keeps them parallel and secure. I would say that's a successful project. Yeah. Good job. Thanks for watching.